This is the story of a girl I encountered on a night shift. The night was heavy with silence until the call shattered it. A 17-year-old girl who had a botched home abortion was being rushed into the hospital. A paramedic, nurse, and a doctor helped wheel her in. Immediately, a nurse hurried through the walkway, headed to the lab, clutching blood samples. Her face anxious as she spoke to me, the laboratory scientist. The panic in her voice lasted as she spoke. "Please, we need an urgent blood grouping and cross-match now. She is bleeding out." My heart pounded in my chest. I knew this wasn't just another case. This was life or death. I immediately started working on the sample. I slid the samples into the analyzer, my fingers trembling more than I care to admit. Within minutes, the results of her blood level blinked back at me. Her PCV was so low it made my stomach drop. 19%? I muttered. Her blood group was a positive. A surge of anger welled inside me. How could someone so young be in such a state? And then came the medical history. My eyes lingered on the words, multiple STIs. Third abortion attempt, age 17. I sat back in disbelief. 17. Barely a child, yet carrying scars that no heart should. I beckoned on my male colleague to take a look at the case details and the results. Shortly after, a male nurse returned. "She won't survive without transfusion," he said. Wasting no time, I handed the screened blood pints over to him. 2 days later, I couldn't silence the weight in my chest. I was curious to know how she got to the point of having an abortion. I walked into her ward. She sat curled on the bed, frail, her eyes hollow yet hiding oceans of pain. I pulled a chair close, lowering my voice as if afraid my words might break her. "I came to check on you," I said. She turned her face slowly, eyes rimmed red. For a long moment, she was quiet. And then she whispered, barely audible, "Do you want to know the truth?" Her voice shook as she spoke, each word weighed down with fear and shame. "The man. Hez, our benefactor. He paid our rent, cleared our debts, even set up a business for my mother. My father got a job because of him. He bought us food, clothes, school fees. Everything." She paused, her lips trembling. "But when I went to his house to help with chores, that's when it started. The touches, the threats, the force. He said if I told anyone, he'd stop everything. He said we had secrets." Her eyes filled, but no tears fell. It was as though she had learned to cry without sound. "I have treated sexually transmitted infections severally too," she said. I asked her, "Have you ever told your parents?" She scoffed and said they wouldn't care. "He helps us a lot. Without him, we would be suffering." I couldn't hold back. The next day I went to see her. I pleaded with her for her father's number. She hesitated, then scribbled it down. When I dialed, my palms sweated. His voice came heavy, indifferent. I started by talking about his daughter's situation and how her life has been endangered, but as I explained gently and cautiously, he cut me short. "Mind your business," he snapped. "It's a family matter." The line went dead, leaving a silence louder than thunder. My stomach turned. A father who chose comfort over his daughter's cries. And then came the twist that broke me. The man who violated her, this so-called benefactor, was the very one who rushed her to the hospital. He paid her bills, stood by her bedside like a hero. To outsiders, he was her rescuer. But I knew the truth. He was both her captor and her savior. The chains he forged were gilded with kindness, hidden beneath gifts. Out of desperation, I met her mother while she came visiting in the ward, to speak to her about her daughter's situation. But to my surprise, she smiled as she spoke of the man, her words soaked with gratitude. "Since he came, we've been eating well. God used him to save us." I watched her closely. Did she truly not see the cost of her daughter's tears? Or had she chosen blindness to keep her stomach full? The girl's voice echoed in my memory. "Calling them is like watering a stone." And she was right. Back in the ward, as I spoke with the girl again, she just stared into space as she whispered, almost to herself, "Sometimes I think dying is easier than living this way." My chest ached. No child should carry such words on her lips. I gently held her, affirming her, "You are worth more than his gifts, more than his threats." You are not his secret. You are a soul, precious and free. She smiled weakly. No one ever said that to me before. I made sure to visit her throughout her stay to encourage her and help her heal. I also spoke to a social worker about her case, who took it up legally to help her gain freedom. This is not just one girl's story. I've seen it repeat, over and over. Children crushed beneath the weight of their parents' silence and predators' power. That's why I tell children, the power of NO is sacred. A gift should never buy your soul or dignity. No favor is worth your child's dignity or life. And for the men who hide behind money, exploiting the vulnerable, your power will crumble. The shame you buried will surface, and justice will find you, whether in this life or the next. This is a call to protect our children's future and protect the girl child. Like and subscribe for more real-life interesting stories like this. Thank you.